Hi Year 3, I hope you've had a good couple of days and you are looking forward to continuing your story today. Now, we have done the first two plot points on Monday and you had your SPAG lesson yesterday. So we're going to continue with another two plot points of your independent narrative, and hopefully you're really starting to get into the swing of things and writing those paragraphs nicely and using all of those writing lenses that we look at on a regular basis in class as well. So let's get on with our third plot point. So our third plot point from the one that you planned last week is this is how you are travelling. So in our story that we originally wrote, the little boy had to do loads and loads of walking, and we used lots of different ways to explain walking, like skating, dancing, marching, and then we also used our boomtastic of repetition to make it really obvious that that is what you had to do over and over again. Now, it might be that you're travelling in the same way as the little boy that you are walking in your story, or maybe you're travelling in a slightly different way. But most of us will have the same thing, that we're travelling for a really long time. We're not popping down the road to be somewhere safe. We're having to travel a really long distance to be able to get that safety. So we can do lots of explanation in this. We can use lots of synonyms for the word walk or drive or whatever you're going to do in this part of the story. But you can make it really exciting as well. Now, if you were going to talk about your feelings, maybe you're talking about the fact that you're bored on this journey, you've been walking, your feet hurt, you're tired, all those kind of things. Your action's really simple, just, you're walking, you're driving. Could you use some fronted adverbials? Could you talk about when you had to wake up to start walking, when you had to go to sleep, all those kind of things? If you've decided to use speech in this, then maybe you're talking to your parent, are we there yet? The standard thing that we always ask as well. I'm hungry, is there any food, where are we going to sleep tonight, all those kind of things. You could do lots of asking in this. Thinking about pathetic fallacy, if that's your lens you're using, where is your emotion point plotted? If you're sad, then it's quite often that the weather's going to be sad as well. Was it thunderstorm, was it raining? Remember in our story, the little boy and his mother got soaking wet in this part as well. We could talk about that. Or if you're happy from walking, then maybe the sun is shining, birds are tweeting, all those kind of things. And could you create a metaphor for the way that you are walking as well? Did every step you take feel like you're walking on glass because you were so uncomfortable by this point? So even if you haven't chosen to use one of those lenses, let's say you chose to do feeling, that doesn't mean you can't use a metaphor in this paragraph, so you can give it a go. So anyway, I'm going to let you get on. So you've got 15 minutes or so for this first plot point, for this third plot point in total. How did you travel? Make it exciting for us to read. Think about all the things that we focus on in lessons. Pause the video 15 minutes and come back in a little bit for the next plot point. Okay, so in your story, you've done the majority of your travelling, you've walked, you've got somewhere. We're now going to be thinking about the other things that we do. So are you going to be seeing things from a ship or a plane or a seaplane? Are you going to be on a train? I'm not sure. It's up to you what your decision is. But this paragraph, we're going to focus on some of the things that we can see. Now, if we think back to our story of My Name Is Not Refugee, he could see things like buildings and people and hills and all of that thing, and it is perfect opportunity for you to use an adverbial phrase because you can tell me where you are able to see these things. Make sure you've really thought about how it connects to the previous paragraph. In the previous paragraph, if you haven't got to the airport yet, then don't start talking about being on the plane straight away. Use those footsteps that we talk about in class of how to link our paragraph and really make sure that your story is really well connected. So are you happy about the things that you can see from the plane? Are you excited? Are you nervous thinking about your feelings? Your actions, could you explain those people that you could see? Could you see people rushing on their way to work? Could you see people sunbathing on the beach? Things like that. Think about making this exciting. We've talked about adverbial phrases you can do here where you can see the plane in the distance, from the plane, down below, all those kind of things. Could you speak to your parent about the things that you can see while you're on the ship? If we're talking about emotions at this point, you might be really excited. You might be starting to get happy. So maybe the cloud is starting to clear and the sun's starting to shine through. And then lastly, thinking about your metaphor as well. did the mountains tower over the people above them? Were they, could you use a simile as sorts like, were they as high as a skyscraper? You could use any of these again. You have to choose one, but you could put some more in there as well to make it really exciting. So you've got 15 minutes for your second plot point today. Pause the video and then come back to me afterwards. Okay, so that is your second part of your story. So you've done your third and your fourth plot point now. Now, hoping your story is really starting to take some form. You've thought about how you can connect it. It's exciting to read. You've made it slightly different from the one that we've done all together in the class, but you're also not forgetting all of those basic things like capital letters and full stops. So tomorrow on Thursday, we will be finishing off our story. So come back to me tomorrow, and I'm so excited to read all of these on Thursday night. Have a lovely day, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.